Hi, Patrick here, have Cheetah Wheel View, and welcome to Wild Eye Week, presented by Bronco Juggle Talks Movies. So, initially, I was going to go with a movie called My Little Sister, but I decided at the last minute to do a swerve, and I went back to the library um, to see what I could pop up and talk about. So, we're 2-2 as far as two movies going up and down, up and down. So this is day five. Day five. But the movie I want to talk about today is the movie I actually watched before, and so we'll talk about it. And the movie we're talking about is Doom Room. Doom Room is no, I'm not Mugui. Um, this came out in 2019, and it stars. Well, first of all, it stars the awesome Debbie Rochon. That's all you need to know. Anything with Debbie Rochon in it is going to be worth watching. But this one has an actress named Johanna Stanton, an actor named Nicholas Ball, Matthew Tompkins, um, Katie Kinsett. I wonder if Katie Kinsett's related to Patsy Kinsett. That would be interesting to look up. And Sal Essen and Claire Jared. And it was directed by John Keyes. This is a interesting movie. I really like this movie quite a bit, actually. Um, it was actually originally called Nightmare Box, and there's a similarities to another movie, which I'll talk about in a minute. Uh, it was sat on the shelf for a long time before Wild Eye got a hold of it and they released it. They changed the name of it, cut a new trailer for it, and then they released it. And actually, tell you the truth, Doom Room is actually not a bad name for it. Um, it's old Nightmare Box. Either one would have worked. So basically, um, it's too bad it did sit on the shelves for quite a while. So the story is basically as a woman is known as Jane Doe, who's played by Joanna Stanton. She wakes up in this really small room, and I do mean it's a small room. She has no memories of who she is and how she got there. The room is dimly lit. Looks more like a house in a fantasy, like a phantasgorical. Okay, maybe that's not a word. Maybe I just invented a word. Uh, Sort of like a twisted Alice in Wonderland, Wizard of Oz type of thing. That sort of thing. Dark, dark, and and she doesn't know where she is. She doesn't know how she got there. But now she starts exploring the room, but she doesn't know anything about it. Um, she keeps on trying to get out of the room, but the room is locked. So she has no idea how she got there, and she has no idea how to get out. Well, she decides to explore the space, and as she's getting more frustrated, suddenly a young woman pops up, and she too looks like a character straight from Alice in Wonderland. So it's a little bit weird, getting a little bit weirder. She's bright, bubbly, but she doesn't know Jane's name. She doesn't know it, but she also refuses to share her own name. So this causes a little bit of tension between the two ladies because like who are we? More guests arrive. An older man with broken glasses. Um, let's see. Debbie Rochon shows up with her husband, and they do all sorts of weird shit. A medieval priest pops up from the Dark Ages, spouting hell and damnation, along with a gothic woman who's dressed like some sort of bride. The room is filling up fast with all these different characters. Um, uh, the bubbly girl gets upset when she sees a married couple. She obviously knows who they are, and that's played by Debbie Rochon and Matthew Tompkins. She is terrified of them, and soon Jane finds out why. But with Jane's continuing blackouts and faces popping up then in and out, she's having a hard time getting any traction on solving the mystery of what's happening to her. So I really like this movie quite a bit, and when I basically I'm just paraphrasing a review that I've done. I really like this movie quite a bit because it was done so artfully. Still terrifying, but well thought out. Um, a lot of different questions, a lot of different twists. The room itself is a character in the movie. Um, it is it's a really interesting dynamic. The room is part of the movie, and the part is the character. Even though it has no lines, it's an inanimate object, but the way it's compartmentalized, the broken up, and it helps Jane, despite what she thinks, it does help her, get close to where she needs to go. She just has to pay attention to it. But then again, that seems simple on the surface. But once we find out Jane's secret, it's not so simple. And then we figure out why she's having so much trouble the way she is. But this movie is very, very dark, and it is. And it has a lot of really cool imagery and whatnot. Stay with it. Stay with Doom Room. It has a payoff, I promise you. And it's a good one. I thought it was a good one. I really, really enjoyed it. And in fact, I enjoyed this a little bit more than a similar movie called Ghost Stories, which was released by ISC Midnight. It has almost not quite a similar. It has a similar theme to it, but whereas Ghost Stories is just bleak, Doom Room has a little heart and it has a little bit of hope to it, and it's well worth watching it to see for the payoff. Uh, yeah, this is the keeper. This is one of the Wild Eye movies I really really enjoyed, and I said so as much when I first wrote my review. So this is our day 5 pick for Wild Eye Week, Doom Room. All right, if you like what you hear, you know the routine. Hit the button, the subscribe button, uh, drop us a comment, ring the bell, and yeah, we'll see you for day 6 of Wild Eye Week. Peace.